Hello crafters, and welcome to the Creative Expressions Treasure Chest event with me, James Hembrow for Creative Expressions, and thank you very much for joining me today. We have got an amazing treasure chest bundle offer for you as always, and I will share that with you in just a few seconds. But just before I do, I just want to say thanks for joining me, and do please make sure that you hit the like, you hit the notification bell if you watch me on YouTube, and do subscribe to all the Creative Expressions social media channels. And then you'll get notified the next time I pop up with another great treasure chest bundle. So without further ado, let's have a little look at what I've got inside the treasure chest today, because we have got a really unique little bundle of stamp and cut dies from Sue Wilson with this absolutely gorgeous vintage Botanical paper boutique bundle. So let's have a little look at this first, because there's 24 sheets in here. There's 8 different colorways. You get them across the front here. Little tip, make sure you use the front cover as well, because it's great. It's great just for as an insert or using as a topper as well. They're all A4 in size. They are 200 GSM as well. Let me just go through the colors. You can see the colors down the bottom there, but you've got a really nice shades of well, yeah, vintage greens and pinks, some real nice mustard colours, some sort of rose pinks, real nice deep botanical greens as well, and a couple of different shades of those mustard colours, the yellows, but they are really great. Love the stunning bright pink there as well. They're single-sided, so you don't need to worry about sort of missing out on what's on the reverse on these. Like I said, they're 200 GSM, so they're absolutely perfect, which is why I've picked it out to use with these stamp and cut dies. So we've also got the Hydrangea stamp and cut die. Now, let me just explain to you on this one what I mean by that. If you've not seen these before, they're really novel. So it allows you with this one die to both cut out and stamp all in the same pass of your machine. Now, to look at, it looks very much like a regular die. They are ever so slightly darker though than the regular Creative Expressions dies. And that's because they've got a special unique coating on them that we've applied to all of these dies, which allows you to use a regular ink pad, maybe like this one. And I've used loads of ink pads, all of these I've used, and they all work really well. As well as distress, they all give you slightly different finishes. So it doesn't have to be like a StazOn. You don't really want to use a StazOn, it's going to kind of stain it anyway. But certainly the Versamarks, the dye base, the pigments, all really good inks to use with these. And all you do is you use it in effect as a stamp and a die. You can use it as a regular die just to cut out, but you can also create a really gorgeous stamped effect. And I will show you exactly what I mean in just a few seconds. Don't forget, inside, always loads of inspiration in these dies that I bring you here from Sue herself, of some of the cards that she's made. So that is the Hydrangea. And let me show you each of these one by one. We've got here the Pansy Trio as well. Lovely little die, exactly the same, stamp and cut on that one. The Daisy Blooms is exactly the same as well. You can create fantastic stamp and die all with one pass through your machine. You don't need any special plates. You just treat them as a regular, normal metal die, and then with that, you will be able to create those stamp and cut finishes. I'm just going to show you exactly what they look like when they are stamped and cut out, just in black and white each. So if I just share with you this one here, so this is the Pansy Trio. Now they do have, it's not easy to necessarily see here, but they do have embossed detail. So if you didn't have, for example, any ink, if I show you the reverse of this one, you can just catch, if I bring it up, it's not so easy with all the light, but there is a lot of embossed detail on these dies, just like you get on regular dies, but you've got the ability to stamp with it. So all that black ink there is from the die itself. We've also got this stunning little one here, which is our Daisy Blooms, cut out there and stamped. There's the Hydrangea. This is a gorgeous one, really nice big cut and die stamp with that one on there. We've also got this one here, which is our Poppy Spray. And finally, we've also got our Wild Rose Cluster. So all of those come with the paper pad that I've just shown you there in this week's treasure chest event that we've got for you. So let me show you what some of the design team have been up with these dies and stamps and stamp and cut dies in one go, just to show you just what you can do, because you can treat these in so many different ways. You can use them with Versamark ink pads to do embossing. You can use them with metallic ink pads to create finished pieces like that. You've also got some really nice, stunning black on white card, just stamped out like I was showing you with those sample balls, but then coloured in with watercolours or with your markers, or maybe just even leave them white on black. Maybe you could turn around and use them with a really nice finish like that, with the glitter over the top and coloured in. But every single one of these is all using these stamp and cut die sets that I've shared with you there. Here's one from the Hydrangea. Now, I do love the Hydrangea. I'm just going to go through a few of these. So some of these are by Sue herself as well. Just looks so dimensional. Just, it's only one layer with the leaves behind, but it just adds so much detail. Just that one piece on a card really finishes it off nicely. I'll just share one more of the Hydrangea with you, because I do love Hydrangea flowers. I think they look gorgeous. And then we're back to a nice little spray there with our Pansy trio. Again, using them to make a wreath layered on top of each other looks really effective. Or just maybe with the poppies, actually breaking and snipping in and cutting them out into individual finished pieces. Just a couple more here, just to give you a different idea. So this is in metallic embossing powder from a something like a perfect medium that you can use. And it just creates a really nice, very sort of plush wedding invitation there, or wedding card, which I really like. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous, and I just love picking out one or two colors, and they just absolutely those sort of spot colors really jump out at you, and maybe coloring it up more traditional. I love this sort of poppy spray using the glossy accents, and there's so many different ways that you can treat these stamp and die sets. Now I'm just going to pop all those back to one side. Thank you to our amazing team as always for those. It always look great and gorgeous. And I'm going to just pop all of these to one side with a paper pad, and I just want to share with you exactly how to use those die and stamp sets all in one, and show you what you can create with them. So I've got a couple bits of cardstock here from the paper pad, and I'm just going to pick out a couple just to use, and we'll have a play with one or two of these. So let's have a look what we've got here. I'm going to go with... Ooh, which one should I choose? Let's go with a wild rose cluster. So I'm just going to take that one off of my board here. And I'm going to show you different ways that you can actually ink these up. So there's various ways you can do it. Just take the die as regular, as a normal regular die. You can place it onto your cardstock and then go over the top with your ink pad. So I'm going to use just black on white here, just to show you the ease of it. Now I could go like that, ink over the top, and then I'm ready to use it. Another way that I like to do is actually use the reverse of my my ink pad case, just as a little tip for you. Place your die on it, it raises it up off the floor, and then you're not wasting any ink onto your cardstock underneath. And I'm just going to ink it up by taking the ink pad to the die, just treat it like I would a stamp. I'm just there holding it on the case, just to make sure that it doesn't fall off. I'm just pressing down. You can see there that it's actually taking, it's not very clear because it is very dark, but it is taking the ink onto the die there. So it's not easy to see, but it is on there. If I ink it up like this on the cardstock, so this is the other way I was saying you could do it if you wanted to, entirely up to you. Just have a scrap piece of paper, and then you can go over the top like that, making sure you apply a little bit of pressure into the middle of your ink pad. And then depending on the ink pad that you're using, if it's dye-based, you may want to go over a couple of times. If it's a distress, you can get a different finish. And that's the great thing with this. There's so many different ways of using these because of all the different ink pads you can use. So I'm now going to take that, place it onto my, sorry, a bit sticky there. Place it onto my set of mats, just like that. I take a piece of the cardstock that we got from the bundle. I'm going to run that through the machine very quickly and show you exactly what you get. And I'll show you some other samples as well of what you can do with it. So let's take that out. Here we go. So what you're going to get straight away, it's popped out straight away. Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. And those muted colours. Look at that. Absolutely stunning, and all of that detail was just one pass through the machine, and you can see it's just a regular die cut from that paper pad, coloured background paper that we used there, and then you've got that black ink pad. You can see what I mean, just doing that, maybe even that, I think, corners of a card, taking some of your cardstock, matte and layered up, would look absolutely stunning. And you've got all those different shades, so you can mount that onto the various different shades of the paper pad, get a stunning, but look at the detail. Let me just hold that there for a second. And you can really see how it's taken out all of that detail from that die in one go. Now, if you're wondering about your die, so down here, die, absolutely no different than regular die. The ink has already been transferred to the paper. If you want to, you can go over the top with a bit of kitchen towel, almost treat it like you would a stamp. If you want to sort of give it a quick run under the tap, do that and just dry it off. It's absolutely fine. So let me just pop that one to one side. And that was, if I pop it there, that was the wild rose cluster that I used to do that one there. And let me just share with you a few others that I've also cut out from that paper pad using that same one just to create some different effects. So if I just bring up that one we've done there. So that's just cutting it out of the darker paper. You can see the embossed detail. That's without any ink. You don't have to ink these if you don't want to. So you've got the ability maybe to do, I could take some sort of some matte layering like that, create a lovely little shadow, little drop shadow, maybe a bit of detail behind. I don't have to worry about inking that one behind. So you don't have to ink it, but you still get all that gorgeous embossed detail that I was talking about. You can see it really clearly there, actually. That's just through the embossed die, and then you've got the stamped ink over the top. You've got your coloured inks as well. Now, there's nothing stopping you going ahead and even using this with memory card. You can absolutely use it with memory card. It looks gorgeous with or without the ink. That one there in silver really shows the black ink quite clearly there. You've got a lot of detail, so it looks really, really novel. There is the poppy spray in that darker colour from the paper pad that looks absolutely gorgeous. And then there's nothing stopping you with something like the Hydrangea actually taking one of those light lilac coloured papers from the paper pad and then turning around and stamping with a purple ink over the top. And it almost does all the finished colouring for you for a really quick effect. So in there, I've just gone ahead and used some of these lighter shades down here from this paper pad. And then I could turn around and use some foundation card as well and just do white on black and then go ahead and colour that in with any of my Cosmic Shimmer products or Pixie powders, Pixie bursts, create some really stunning effects. So that is our stamp and cut bundle. Let me just clear this to one side. I want to just remind you of everything that's included because it is an amazing bundle. It's something a little bit different. You may not have seen them before, but I know they have been really, really popular when it comes to florals. Florals are always really, really popular. So don't let me forget to remind you that when these sell out, they sell out. Now, I better share with you that this magnificent deal that we have got together for you for the treasure chest bundle today, because this whole bundle that you see in front of you is £57.94. Now, any of you will know that you've seen me before, that these bundles we put together always I think one of the best deals that you'll actually see for fantastic quality dies and stamps and paper pads that we bring to you. The bundle here today is just $19.99. So if you use the links in the description below, wherever you're watching me at the moment, you'll be able to have a look at all of these dies on the website. You'll be able to create all these fantastic dies and stamp effects that you've seen here. I'll just pop those down just to remind you what they look white on black. So I think they look absolutely striking. And you've seen some of the cards that you can create using these dies and stamps, as well as the paper pad, just going in there and cutting those out as well. If I just place those down to remind you what we've done. So this whole bundle is just $19.99. I want you to just watch what I was doing first, because it's a great deal. If you watched me before, you know these are always really, really good offers on our treasure chest. They're only while stocks last. You just pop to the Creative Expressions website, links are below, and then you'll be able to purchase an entire bundle, which is worth £57.94 as the usual RRP for this bundle. So it's an amazing, amazing offer, 65% off. Bring it down to just $19.99. And when you're on the website, why not have a look at some of the coconut white foundation card stock, maybe some of your Cosmic Shimmer glue, add it into your basket, and then you'll even get free delivery as well when you're over £25 for UK postage. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, as I said, like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell for the next notification when I appear with Creative Expressions for our next exciting treasure chest. But until then, thank you very much for watching and happy crafting.